Duran Duran, Union of the Snake. CVT Guitar Lesson for Paul. Now Paul, you wanted the difference between the studio version and a particular live version that's being played. You're hearing a difference. There's not a whole lot, but there are a couple things, and I'm going to explain them as we do this. Percussively, I call this, well, it's like funk, right? There's string mutes in it, and then variations of down, down, ups, that type of thing. So I've started with the studio version. You wanted it at 1:41. It's clean. You know, I've got it on like 1.5 on my clean channel as far as gain, just to give it a little cut through. But I'm going to break this down for you. 7th fret on the E and B, first finger. Now when you do this with your index, touch underneath the G without pushing it down. And the reason you're going to do that is just in case you end up hitting that, it'll be muted, because our hitting is on string 1 and 2. And by the way, tuning is standard for this. There's a few things, they got to be in the pocket, they got to be punchy, and you got to make it staccato on these first 4 hits. 7th fret, watch it. I'm going to give you an example of staccato and not staccato. That's what you want. You don't want this. Big difference. It's more in the punchy this way, right? And I'm achieving that. I do 2 things. Only one's necessary, but it's a good reinforcing habit. I'm relieving the pressure a little bit with this hand, which you probably can't tell because it's so slight. I'm not taking it off the strings, but also I'm coming right back down and landing that pick and the side of my hand across these strings. And it's just a good way to keep any unwanted string from ringing, right? So do this with these fingers. Just actually a third way of muting, right? So these shouldn't ring anyways, because I'm not going anywhere near them, but it's just a habit I have of doing that. If you don't, it would be, that's okay too, as long as it's staccato. Where legato is more smooth and rolling. Yeah, we want staccato, not the loose one. And then, so that's the first chunk of it, right? They're all downstrokes. Then, you want to get used to this. Mute up, mute down. Or mute up, yeah, mute, and then an upstroke on the chord, and that's down up, in other words. And then we're going to reverse that. We're going to go up down now. So it's, and I'm making it look easy. If you haven't done stuff like this, it could be a real pain. But if you approach it like this, the speed will come with time. Make a separate groove out of it, but then ultimately we go back and connect it. Then finish it with down up mute. And then you're starting it over, but I wrote it out because I want you to see it in context. So up to there, and then right back to 4 more staccato hits, and then watch, down up down, just like before. He stops there. In other words, he doesn't go at the end. He ends with, where in the middle it was. It's a difference. It's all about the feel with this style of music. And that's it for that part. You know, knowing where the pops are, the punches being the fretted notes. If I just played those, it'd be this. Or that would be all the staccato punches on the chord. Now I'll fill the pockets with mutes. Oops, I'm thinking too much. Be relaxed with this hand, don't go too far away. So that's it. Then we move over to the The live version, I don't know if it says where they play this, where this is at. It doesn't. Nope. But I got the uploader's name on both these. This one, he's got distortion. You know, maybe put your gain up to 5 now, or 6, maybe even 7, depending on your amp. And I was looking for a finger placement on these chords, and it sounds like I'm hearing, especially the first time around, adding an octave lower B note, which would be doing this. So you'd have fatter, fuller. Makes sense. They're playing live. They up the energy with adding the distortion to it. So here's what's happening. Because percussively it's almost exactly the same, believe it or not. Actually, it is exactly. So play what you played on the first one, but turn your gain up more, about 4 or 5 notches more. Add the 4th fret off the G string in there. So we have 4, 7, 7, and do everything the same. And then you'll have, but he adds this. He follows the bass line. Which sounds cool live, so let me play it again. So you're going to end up going 5th fret on the E. Sounds like he palm mutes it. The second time around, not necessarily. And that's staccato. And then palm mute or not palm mute this open E, but you're going to go up, down, open 4. And just run down chromatically half step at a time, just 1 fret. So basically it's like 5, and then we throw in the quick open, and then 4, 3, 2. But that's why you want to do that up, because it's quick. You don't want to have to go and throw in a twice as fast downstroke, then your feel starts getting weird. So he'll hit that 2, hold it a second, and just slides it up into nothing. So your hand hits up here, you know, it lands around fret 19, but as I was listening, my last point I'll make, there's a bird out there at 11:30 at night. So maybe he likes Duran Duran. The second time around, I noticed he goes, he doesn't throw the down up that he used the first time, which is I think the 16th note. So he would just have, and it's a little looser, it's a little sloppier. Like I noticed he doesn't do everything as staccato as the studio version. That's probably, I can almost guarantee you, not on purpose. He's playing live, they're rocking it out more, they're moving around on stage, he's flinging the guitar up, all that stuff. So he's not focusing on so much everything being so tight. It's live, you know? So I can just hear it not as tight live. It's still really cool. I mean, I'm playing it a little cleaner than he is, but obviously, you know, you want to play it as solid and clean as you can. So the muting might be a little more comfortable this way, because you get to cover half the strings instead of just 2. So all right, and that's it, man. I like the way you think, Paul. I mean, those are, I always call that percussive style playing. It's used in funk all the time, and I don't want to say in funk music it takes a back seat, but you know, people don't understand, people that listen to metal, how important, not only how important something like that is in a song, but it doesn't have to be flashy and all over the place. It's a groove, it's something that's set up, and it's playing for the song, and it allows the other players to just jump in that pocket. It's smart. It's smart playing. He's playing what really fits it. So really, I know you, Duran Duran, Andy Taylor, one of your favorite players, and I know you like the 80s rock stuff too. So definitely get used to this type of thing. You talked about wanting to do Power Station, Some Like It Hot. That's going to be this quite a few notches up. You know, it's got a lot of funky stuff in it, but Andy Taylor plays like that. A lot of the muting down ups and all that with the popping 2-string chords, 3-string chords. All right, thanks a lot, man.